Ladies and gentlemen, the great electrifier.
It was your birthday on 23 of March. Happy birthday for me too. I hope it was a happy one.
Thank you. It was a great one, and a week after my birthday, I'm here in Bucharest, and that's the best birthday present I could receive.
You are from France and live in Berlin. Same with Sebastian, same with Chris Corner from IMX. Why Berlin is so catchy for artists?
Berlin at the moment, everyone's talking about it, is definitely the best place to be for an artist. It's a really exciting scene. I think because of the specific situation and historical background with the fall of the wall, it's making Berlin a very fresh and new city. Even now in 2011, even though it's part of Europe, because a lot of things have changed in the last 20 years, and it's very attractive for artists to come and work there because everything is very cheap, so it's easy for people to not be so pressurized with time and create in their own pace and have spaces. There's lots of artist studios and galleries and many clubs and parties. So because of the financial situation, it's very attractive for artists, and because it's attracting a lot of artists, it becomes an interesting scene and a lot of things happening. So it's a catch-22 and the full circle, that the more artists are coming, the more artists want to come, and it becomes the best place to be. And it's true that Chris Corner from IMX is also living in Berlin after living in London. I also lived in London before coming to Berlin. That's where I started the band with Sebastian, and I think London used to be a great place to be for artists also a few years ago, and is now maybe kind of running out a little bit of energy, and a lot of British artists and artists from all over the world are moving to Berlin. And Chris Corner from IMX, who we're going on tour right now, we're touring with IMX around Europe, has the same setup than us. You know, he came to Berlin and he found a great space, an old factory to make music and to live and to make videos and be creative.
I don't care if you're a Muslim, I don't care if you're a Jew, I don't care if you're a Christian, 'cause I hate all of you.
Tell me please in some words how Noblesse Oblige was born. There is some funny stories.
Funny stories? Well, before making music, I was only making performance and theatre work, and I was performing on stage in a very old theatre in London, and I was actually doing an extended orgasm to raise money for children in India at a mask ball. And at the time I was looking for a musician to work with me and collaborate on some songs I'd written, and I was introduced to Sebastian, who was not wearing a mask. And we instantly clicked and decided to work together, and very quickly we wrote songs and released our first album of Noblesse Oblige.
Your chemistry.
I think so. We shared a lot of interest in common in all kind of areas, like not just music, but also films, performance, visual art. So it was, yeah, we had a common vision of the world, so it was very easy to start working together.
Hail to the leader who came out of the night like a tropical fever into my life.
I read in a press communicate about exploring notions of faith, power, feminism, life and death, ritual sacrifices. What is your alter ego, Femme Facade, and what is My Blood is Thicker Than Yours performance about?
Femme Facade is the name that I use for my solo performance work. I call it an alter ego because it's very, the work I present is very personal and is very much based on my own dreams, desire, fears, and general vision of the world. So each show is really taking the audience onto some kind of journey to explore aspects of my personal obsessions, I guess. The show that I'm presenting here in Bucharest, well, I'm presenting just an extract of it, but My Blood is Thicker Than Yours. It actually started because of the work I was doing with the band Noblesse Oblige. We started all this research on voodoo and the occult and mystic world, spirits, ghosts, and all that kind of things. And also personal experience of my childhood living in Martinique, where my next door neighbor was a voodoo priestess. So I collected all those memories and mixed with the research work and the readings and looking at footage and inspired by films. I put all that together to create my own version of a voodoo ritual in a timeless context and in a sort of I'm not trying to reproduce a authentic voodoo ritual. It's my personal version of it, but I try to retain some truth about it. So it's not a joke, and it's not really anymore a performance to me, because each time I present the show, I try to really be honest about it, and I really try to reach a level close to trance, a real trance. And I think this is really a demonstration of the power women can have, and I think it's not the power of women is not shown enough on stage, I think. And this work is important to me because I want to convey this power, this female power.
My neighbors were just drunkards, so let's go back to music. What music do you listen? Give me some bands, some artists.
I listen to very, very wide range of music. I listen to classical contemporary music, things like last Sunday I was at a concert of Michael Nyman, who wrote music for films for Peter Greenaway, and he's very famous for the music of the piano, and Michael is a friend of mine, and I've been a big fan of his music for years. But of course I also listen to new wave music, a lot of 80s music, a lot of French music, and a lot of things that are happening now. I listen to a lot of bands who are friends of mine because they're close to me, and I think it's important to promote the people who are around you. A lot of artists based in Berlin, like myself, or in London. If you want to know my all-time favorite band, it's Joy Division, of course. Because when I first heard their music, I decided I needed to buy all their records and learn all their lyrics. And I don't think any other band has had that impact on me ever since. So yeah, they're very special. But there's a lot of other amazing bands, and film soundtrack is really something that I love. That's why I talk about Michael Nyman.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great
Hello, I'm Valerie, femme facade from Noblesse Oblige, and I'm listening to Sin City on City Radio, and I love it.